Dudes and Dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome to an 8-part series called Child's Play Review. It's October, so it's Halloween month, and I decided that for this month, like I've done for every October so far on the channel, doing a whole theme and doing a review series on a bunch of films in a franchise. And obviously, because of the name of this review series, I'll be covering the Child's Play saga. That's Child's Play 1, 2 and 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. I think that's the order they come in. And then I'm going to be topping it off with a comparison of the original Child's Play from 1980 something. I can't remember the exact year. I think will be... no, can't see exactly where. But sometime in the 1980s, comparing it to the 2019 Child's Play. I already did a review on the 2019 Child's Play on its own, and the last video will be a comparison of the two and kind of my thoughts and comparing the two of them. So that will be in the last video in this series. But this video, we will be tackling Child's Play 1. So if you've seen my review series before, you know the way I do it is I kind of give you a loose breakdown of the plot, and then I tell you how I kind of feel about the episode and things that I thought were quite cool, things that might not have worked, and that kind of thing. I'm not going to give it a rating because this is like reviewing all the series and comparing one against the other kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's just crack on and get on with this. Child's Play 1, or Child's Play as it is called. What is the plot? Well, the plot of the first one is very intriguing. It starts out with a man being chased down by another man with a gun. They're both shooting each other, or having a shootout around the streets of America. I think it's New York, not 100% sure. And we eventually find out that one of them is a detective, he's the one chasing the other guy, and the other one is called actually I think it's Boston, because I think they call him a Boston Strangler. Don't quote me on that. And yeah, so he's chasing down someone who's clearly a murderer. He manages to chase him down into a toy shop where the Strangler man, who we don't know his name at this point, decides that he's going to die soon. What's he going to do? So he grabs hold of a child's doll and starts chanting some weird spell. The sky goes all thunder and lightning-y. He strikes the toy shop. The toy shop blows up. The cop gets thrown out of the shop, and he goes back in there and just sees that the guy, the Strangler, is dead. We then skip forward a little bit. We don't know how much time has passed, and there is a boy who is probably, I think he's about meant to be 4 or 5, watching a kids show called Good Guy Dolls, and it's the same doll that we saw the killer with at the beginning of the film when he was doing his weird spell. He is making breakfast very poorly, but bearing in mind he's only 5, and he takes it to his mum, and there's presents and there's a banner saying happy birthday. We find out it is the kid's birthday today, and he made his mum breakfast to kind of make it get up in time so he can open up his presents. One of his presents are big, and because of the TV advert he saw on the TV, he assumed it is a Good Guy doll his mum has bought him. So he gets all excited, opens it up, and it's clothes. His mum made a massive box that only has 1 pair of jeans in it. Sorry mum, but that's kind of a douchey move. That's kind of bad. You made your kid think that it was toys. Never mind, we'll crack on to that later. She then tells him, you want toys then, don't you? Open your presents. One of the toy sets is tools, a Good Guy doll tool set. And the kid says, oh mummy, I wish I had a Good Guy doll to play with these. And she's like, I know, but I couldn't save up for it, I'm sorry. We then see the mum at work, and she works at the jewelry shop, and her friend tells her, look, you're looking for one of those Good Guy dolls. There's a guy who's a very shady guy who's selling one at a cheap price. She buys the doll, gives it to the kid's really happy. The mum got told by her boss that she has to work late, so her friend who told her about the Good Guy doll, who are best friends, decides she's going to babysit the kid for her. We then see that it's now night time. She tells the kid to go to bed, but the kid who leans into the doll, whose name is Chucky, we find at this point, asks Andy to tell the babysitter, can I stay up and watch the news? We don't hear him say this. Andy says that Chucky wants to stay up and watch the news, and the babysitter says, no, sorry, you've got to go to bed. She puts him to bed, then Chucky then sits in front of put in front of the TV and the TV on. We don't see him move, so at this point we're assuming Andy placed him in front of the TV, and this upsets the babysitter, so tells Andy, no, you shouldn't be doing this, and puts him back and makes sure that the dog goes back to bed. She then tries to read, she gets creeped out by sound, she then looks around the house, she gets smacked over the head by a hammer. You don't see who it is. She falls out of a window and dies. Mum comes home and she is horrified because she's like, why are the police in my house? What happened to Andy? Andy's fine. She's slightly relieved, but then she finds out her best friend had died. The police are assuming that it's Andy that did this because he's the only one in the house, and on the kitchen counter there is spilled sugar and there are kid footprints in the sugar. They're all assuming Andy's done it, but there's no proof. They checked all his shoes. He doesn't have the same footprints as the footprints that were on the counter. Then the mum screams at the police. They'll get out. Andy goes to bed. Then Andy notices on the soles of the good guy doll, on Chucky's feet, that there are powder remains of the sugar, and he races out before the police leave and go, I know who did it, I know who did it. And they're like, who? Chucky did it. No one believes him. Mum then that night tells Andy to go to bed to stop freaking out. The next day, go to school, taking Andy to school. He's holding on to Chucky still. And Mum goes, are you having any bad dreams? No, you're okay? Cool. So she goes off to work, but Andy sneaks out of school with Chucky, and they go on a day trip. It turns out that they've gone to a house of a guy who was at the beginning of the film who was going to drive a car, and he is the same. He's clearly an accomplice of Chucky, who we find out is Charles Lee Ray. And before Charles Lee Ray died, and we're assuming inhabited this body of this doll, swore that he would kill his partner and also the detective because they both led to his death. We know at this point that Chucky's alive because we're starting to see it's not Andy doing his actions but plastic hands instead. He tricks the guy into shooting a gun in a kitchen where he's left the gas on, the house blows up, and now the police have picked up Andy and they're like, why were you there? He's like, oh, Chucky told me. Police don't believe him. There's a psychiatrist at the police station, and they say, look, we'll take care of Andy for a couple of days. So Andy's now in a psych ward. Mum's taking Chucky home and she's now freaking out. She's starting to believe maybe there's something happening because she wants Andy to be telling the truth. She wants her boy home. She then starts screaming at Chucky like, tell me, be alive! And he just says in the toy's voice, because that's what he does, he changes between talking his way and talking like the toy should. He goes, hi, I'm Chucky, want a hug? She's fine. She's like, okay, maybe the doll isn't, maybe my son actually a little bit crazy. She's understand at this point. So he goes to make herself a drink, she grabs hold of the box and looks at the box and goes, trying to check out what sayings a doll should say. When she picks up the box, batteries drop out. She freaks out a bit, she grabs hold of Chucky, she looks in the battery pack of Chucky and realises he's got no batteries. Chucky then freaks out, swear words ensuing, and bites her and says, you messed with me, swear word. I'm not going to swear if I don't need to swear on the channel, so she then freaks out, goes to the detective and goes, look, Chucky is alive, and he was telling the truth, and he's like, what? No, I know you want your kid back, but you can't just lie to the police. He's like, no, look, and shows her arm where there's a bite mark. He's like, well, how did you get that? Chucky did it. No, please stop, you cannot just lie to the police. He's like, no, I'm telling the truth, there was no batteries in the back of him, he's clearly alive. I'm now going to go to the peddler and I'm going to talk to him. And he's like, where's the peddler? Oh, somewhere downtown. And he's like, that's not safe this time of night. She goes down there, she goes look for the peddler who sold her the good guy doll. She finds him and goes, look, I'll give you money, can you please tell me where you found the good guy doll? And he's like, that's not enough money. And she's like, well, what does she want? And he goes a bit rapey. And As he goes to force himself on her, the detective turns up, beats a bunch of the homeless people up, points a gun out, and they talk to tells the peddler, "Tell me, where did you get this doll?" And he's like, I found it behind the store that blew up last winter. And they're like, oh, okay. He freaks out. Mum's like, what's wrong? That's the store where I killed Charles Lee Ray. He's like, what? Yeah. So he's now starting to believe it. He does a bit of investigating to find out where Charles Lee Ray's home was. The mother finds out a different way, and they both end up at the home of Charles Lee Ray together, Chucky. They didn't mean to get there, but they both end up there at the same time. And they find out that Chucky's clearly into voodoo. There's a big wall painted with like voodoo mural. A massive picture on the wall of voodoo. And also like voodoo doll-esque things. Like, okay, we need to find out like if anyone knows anything. So they go to find the voodoo man who taught Chucky this. Unfortunately, before they can get there, Chucky's already gone there. And by this point in the movie, he's already tried attacking the detective. It's also why the detective completely believes the mum. And he's been burned in the face and he's been shot. But he actually bled when he got shot. So he's gone to the voodoo man and he's like, hey, look, I did everything you taught me, but why am I bleeding? And he's like, well, the longer you're in this body, the more human you will become. He's like, what? Okay, how do I stop this? I can't tell you, you're an abomination. I shouldn't even have let you get this far. He goes, oh, I thought you might say this. Grabs on a voodoo doll, snot snapping the legs. He's like, please, don't hurt me. Tell me how I sort my problem out. You have to transfer your soul with the first person who you revealed yourself to. And he's like, I get to be 6 years old again. The voodoo doll's like, he's like, oh sorry, I've got a date with a 6-year-old. Stabs the voodoo doll, the voodoo man dies, and then he goes off to go find Andy. The mum and detective unfortunately don't get to the voodoo doll on time, but the voodoo man says you've got to find the kid soon before he transfers. So they race off because they know where Andy is. Charles Lee Ray, Chucky knows where Andy is, and they all head towards the psych ward. Chucky then goes to Andy's room to try and switch souls with him. Andy unfortunately gets away. The psychiatrist finds Andy and goes, what are you doing? He's like, Chucky's coming to get me. You need to stop this, you need to stop it. Chucky is not alive. And he goes to sedate the kid. Chucky gets there before the kid can get sedated though, stabs the psychiatrist in the leg and sticks an electric, one of those headsets for electric shock therapy, and leaves it on and kills the psychiatrist. Chucky then manages to get away while it happens though, and then Andy manages to get away and Chucky chases after him. The mum and detective turn up and they are trying to find out what's going on, and the detective says, is there anywhere Andy would go if he felt like he was in trouble? She's like, yes, he would go home. Has he got a key? There's one under the mat. So they race home. We then see Andy trying to bolt himself in the house. He puts things in front of the door. He hides into his bedroom and he finds a baseball bat in his wardrobe. We then see that Chucky, instead of trying to go through the front door, has snuck in via the chimney, and he's in the house. He gets hold of Andy, manages to knock Andy out, and starts to perform a new ritual, which we now know is the voodoo ritual. The detective and the mum are trying to get into the house. They have to smash through the door, trying to get all the stuff out of the way that Andy put there. Andy's going to cause his own demise at this point. And Chucky almost performs the ritual. He seems to be very close. The lightning's beginning to happen, everything. But the detective starts to shoot Chucky and he manages to stop him. Yay, save the day. No, Chucky is still alive. Chucky then manages to incapacitate the detective. The detective gives his spare gun to his mum, goes, hide, take this and hide. We then have a few minutes of Chucky trying to get to Andy and says, give me the boy and you will live. But unfortunately, he's outmatched because there's the detective and his mum and Chucky's helping as well. They manage to eventually get Chucky into the fireplace, burns him, and yay, we did it, we won. No, Chucky is still alive. It's like a several phase kind of like finale to this. So he's all melted and burned, and he's still determined to get Chucky's soul. So he's trying to he's still trying to get to the kid. He starts stabbing his little voodoo knives through doorways to try and kill the mum so he can get to the kid. Stabs the mum in the hand, she's now bleeding. They're all stuck in the bathroom, oh no, what are they going to do? But they manage to get out, they get into the hallway, and Chucky's still there trying to chase him. The mum shoots with a massive revolver, and Chucky's limb starts spraying off everywhere. Chucky's now beaten. Everyone is fine. They're all trying to patch up the detective, where the detective's partner turns up, and he's like, what happened? And the main detective's like, the boy was right, the kid was right, the doll was alive. And he's like, no, it's totally stupid. He then starts messing with the burnt body parts of Chucky, and the body of Chucky starts strangling him. They manage to throw it away. The remaining bullets of the guns, they start shooting away at the Chucky doll. He's still not dying, and then the mum's like, aim for the heart. So they aim for the heart. Blood splatter everywhere, and they win. End of the movie. Everyone is fine. But the movie ends on a very ominous note with all the lights turned off. Everyone leaves the room with Chucky's body parts in there, and Andy kind of looks in very suspiciously, and the movie ends. That is the plot of Child's Play 1. Now I'm going to talk in depth a little bit about how I feel and things I've noticed this time around watching the film. It's kind of like the analysing elements of this. And I've got to say, like, I've only seen Child's Play, I think, 4 times. Compared to a lot of the other horror movies that I've got in my collection. It's one of the ones I've not seen too much. I've only recently bought this box set. So this is why I've managed to have a chance to watch more now and do this review series for you. And it's really interesting. I didn't realise how much of this movie, a good 40 minutes of this movie, doesn't show you Chucky doing anything. And it very much makes it look like it could be Andy who is the one killing people. The first person that Chucky kills, the babysitter, you could see it as like Andy did the babysitter in. Because she talks down to him unlike Andy's mum. She tells him you can't do anything. Starts like being kind of not really horrible, but very babysitter-esque. And if you remember being a kid and like people babysitting you, and they kind of talk down to you because they know they're older than you and they know better than you. And yeah, you don't. For the first portion of the film, good 20 minutes, Andy's wearing a good guy doll outfit, the same as Chucky. So you see any like good guy doll quick movements or things moving, and you see an arm pick something up. Like they don't really show you the hand; they more show you the arm. So it could be Chucky, or it could be Andy as well, because of the fact they wear the exact same clothing. It's not until Chucky decides to blow up his partner's home with him in it that we start to see that Chucky is actually alive, because we never see Chucky actually talk to Andy. Whenever they're having a conversation, Andy's leaning in, and Chucky's face is completely covered up. So for all we know, Andy's actually losing it and just projecting his psychosis and his crazy split personality side onto the Chucky doll, onto the good guy doll. So that was really quite fun to watch that. Anyone that knows me personally knows that when I used to watch horror films so much when I was younger. I never really watched them. Now going back and watching a lot of them, I'm noticing these cool things that they made sure to do. It sounds like what, but yeah, it's taken me ages to properly watch these films. Also, it was just so. I'm trying not to do a comparison already of this versus the 2019 film. But this film is so much better. It uses special effects, because it's in the 80s. There's non-CGI or any kind of computer-generated imagery. Everything about this film was realistic. They clearly built an animatronic Chucky doll. The points where they couldn't just show you a quick picture of or a quick little video of Chucky doing something, they clearly got a small person in an outfit, or maybe even a child, dress them up like Chucky and give them a face, which is creepy as anything. There are a few moments where you get like a full 2 seconds of Chucky doing something, you see his whole face, and it's not animatronic Chucky, it's someone dressed up as Chucky, and their face is stuck in like a certain greenish face. creepy that was. So yeah, everything special effects and everything feels real, it feels gritty, and yeah, it's a really creepy film because, as I said, for a good chunk of it, you feel that maybe it is Andy that is doing it, and even when we know it's not Andy doing it, the way the movie plays out, and the fact that there are certain things that happen, and the way things happen, Andy's always there, and Andy doesn't show any emotional aspect to anyone being killed or dying or him being in trouble. That the adults in the film do generally believe it could be Andy, and if we didn't see Chucky do anything, we saw everything from the adult's point of view, you could very easily believe that it is Andy doing this. It's really creepy, and because obviously we know that they're still trying to send Andy down for it, and you feel bad for Andy because he didn't do anything. But yeah, such a good film. If you haven't already seen the Child's Play films, do go watch it. I also want to talk about any cool random things about this movie, and one fact I know that some of you who know Child's Play would already know this, but those of you that have never seen Child's Play, back when Child's Play first came out, it actually was to blame for a bunch of kids killing, I can't remember if it was a toddler or a baby, and they put him on train tracks, and the baby / toddler, I think it was a baby, died, and they said it was because they watched Child's Play with their dad that they did it. They were worried the baby was evil. So that's one useless fact about Child's Play that I know. But I will say, I'm not going to use this as a way of like pushing my opinions or anything onto people, but I hate the fact that for a while the media would use something like that for blaming movies for people doing things, and personally, my opinion is no, a movie or a video game, the violence of it does not cause someone to do bad things. That person would already be disturbed or maybe a little bit broken beforehand for them to do something like that. These films have got nothing to do with that. If someone is disturbed or broken, you should know this already and not get them to watch these films. Anyway, I'm not going to preach about that kind of thing, just wanted to say that. So yeah guys, I hope if you haven't already, you will watch Child's Play. Enjoy this series with me. You can buy the Blu-ray version if you've got PS4 and you want to see top quality. Or you can get the films quite cheap now, they've all been out for a while. So if you watch them, I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week. And you could watch the films, then come back and watch my videos, and then go watch the film yourself and have your own opinion. If your opinion is different to mine, maybe you watch it and go, it's tacky, it's bad, but put in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the Child's Play saga. I love the first one, I love the second and the third, but we'll talk more about them when we get to it, and the other films as we go further down the line. Anyway, I've talked for too long.